Last time we left off talking about yin and yang, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Now, Carl Jung spent a great deal of time studying Chinese philosophy, particularly Taoism, and in that system, he was able to identify the two primordial components that make up reality. This is yin and yang. Yin is the passive receptive principle of the universe, and yang is the active creative principle of the universe. And together they form a symbiosis that creates all things. In Carl Jung's archetypes, they could also be wired or have a proclivity towards one or the other. One archetype might be significantly active in nature, while another one would be more receptive. Now, these are not opposites, they are complementary systems. And as Carl Jung would understand it, we as human beings become the symbol, the archetype of these two primordial forces, men and women, masculinity and femininity. Again, complementary, not opposites, because when they complement each other, they are able to create new life, right? Which defies the proclivity of the universe towards what we call in science entropy, things going from states of order to increasing states of disorder. This, incidentally, is experienced in human nature as death. You're not getting more healthy as you get older. You get weaker and sicker and then eventually die and succumb to the process of entropy. All things do this, but yet we as human beings have this creative nature. That is the image of God, being made in God's image as the ultimate idyllic form of creation. These two principles, yin and yang, become the basis in human nature, but also we contain the polar opposite, as is also part of the Taoist system. For every man, there's a feminine quality, and that unconscious feminine quality, the archetype is the anima. In the female, it is the animus, the masculine unconscious components of her nature. These are not, again, opposites. They're polar conditions that work complementary. But because of human consciousness and the errors of consciousness, we tend to see things erroneously. What becomes polarity now becomes duality, and this creates dichotomy. And this becomes the foundation to what we now see as the conflict between good and evil. So we're going to talk more next time about entropy and how this becomes our modern concept of evil.